Charlemagne. The name echoes through history, resonating with tales of grandeur and power. He was a king, a conqueror, a reformer. His reign was marked by a relentless pursuit of unity and strength. Charlemagne left a mark on Europe that we still feel today. His influence can be seen in the very fabric of European culture and politics. He is called the Father of Europe for a reason. His vision and leadership laid the foundations for modern Europe. Charlemagne's life was full of epic battles, political intrigue, and cultural achievement. His campaigns expanded his empire, and his court became a center of learning and culture. He was a powerful warrior who united much of Western Europe under his rule. His military prowess was unmatched, and his strategic mind was legendary. He was a devout Christian who saw his role as defending the faith. His devotion to Christianity was evident in his efforts to spread the religion and protect the church. But Charlemagne was more than just a warrior king. He was a visionary leader who understood the importance of governance and culture. He was a patron of the arts and learning. His court attracted scholars, artists, and thinkers from all over Europe, fostering a renaissance of knowledge and creativity. He reformed education and government. His efforts to standardize education and improve administrative efficiency had a lasting impact on European society. He left behind a legacy of scholarship, law, and administration that shaped Europe for centuries. His legal reforms and administrative innovations were ahead of their time. This is the story of Charlemagne, a story that transcends time, illustrating the power of vision and leadership. It is a story of ambition, faith, and the enduring power of one man to change the course of history. Charlemagne's legacy is a testament to the impact one individual can have on the world. Charlemagne was born around 742 AD, in a time of great turmoil and change in Europe. His birth marked the beginning of a new era for the Frankish kingdom. His grandfather, Charles Martel, was a powerful Frankish leader, known for his military prowess and strategic acumen. Martel had famously defeated the Muslim army at the Battle of Tours in 732 AD, a battle that would become legendary in European history. This victory halted the Muslim advance into Europe, securing the region for Christendom and establishing Martel as a hero. Charlemagne's father, Pepin the Short, followed in Martel's footsteps, becoming king of the Franks in 751 AD. His reign was marked by significant reforms and consolidation of power. When Pepin died in 768, the kingdom was divided between Charlemagne and his brother Carloman. This arrangement wouldn't last as tensions between the brothers grew. Carloman died in 771 under mysterious circumstances, leaving Charlemagne as the sole ruler of the Frankish kingdom. Some say it was fate, others whisper of darker plots. Charlemagne, only 29 years old, ascended to the throne with a vision of uniting and expanding his realm. His youth and ambition set the stage for a transformative reign. He was a king in a hurry, eager to prove his mettle and secure his legacy. Charlemagne's energy and determination were evident from the start. Over the next 3 decades, Charlemagne would embark on numerous military campaigns, expanding his power and influence across Europe. His conquests would lay the foundation for what would later become the Holy Roman Empire, forever changing the course of history. Charlemagne was a brilliant military commander. He led his armies to victory after victory. He conquered the Lombards in Italy, the Saxons in Germany, and the Avars in Eastern Europe. Charlemagne's campaigns were brutal. He fought to win. He saw himself as a defender of Christianity. He forced his enemies to convert or face the consequences. Charlemagne's conquests created a vast empire. It stretched from the Pyrenees Mountains in the west to the Elbe River in the east. This was the largest empire in Western Europe since the fall of Rome. Charlemagne saw himself as a protector of the Christian faith. He used his power to spread Christianity throughout his empire. He forced pagan tribes to convert. He supported the work of missionaries. Charlemagne's reign saw the establishment of a new type of state. It was a Christian empire. The church and the state were closely linked. Charlemagne saw himself as God's representative on earth. This close relationship between church and state had a profound impact on European history. It laid the foundation for the Holy Roman Empire, which would dominate Europe for centuries to come. Section 5. A Renaissance dawns. Charlemagne was a warrior king, but he was also a patron of learning and culture. His reign marked a significant turning point in European history. He understood that a strong kingdom needed more than just military might. It required a foundation built on knowledge, wisdom, and cultural richness. It needed a strong intellectual and cultural foundation. Charlemagne believed that education and learning were essential for the prosperity and stability of his empire. Charlemagne's reign saw a revival of learning and culture that we call the Carolingian Renaissance. This period was characterized by a renewed interest in classical texts and the arts. He invited scholars from all over Europe to his court. These scholars brought with them a wealth of knowledge and expertise, which they shared and disseminated throughout the kingdom. He established schools and libraries. These institutions became centers of learning and intellectual exchange, fostering an environment where ideas could flourish. He encouraged the copying of ancient manuscripts. This effort was crucial in preserving the literary and scientific works of antiquity. Charlemagne's efforts helped to preserve classical knowledge that might otherwise have been lost. His initiatives ensured that future generations would have access to the wisdom of the past. The Carolingian Renaissance laid the groundwork for the later cultural flowering of the European Middle Ages. It was a period that set the stage for the intellectual and artistic achievements that would follow in the centuries to come. This Renaissance was not just limited to the written word. It also saw advancements in art, architecture, and craftsmanship. Artists and artisans were inspired to create works that reflected the renewed cultural vitality of the time. The impact of the Carolingian Renaissance extended beyond the royal court and scholarly circles. It influenced everyday life as towns and marketplaces became vibrant centers of cultural and economic activity. Education became more accessible, and the seeds of intellectual curiosity were planted in the minds of many. This period of enlightenment paved the way for future generations to build upon the foundations laid by Charlemagne and his scholars. The legacy of the Carolingian Renaissance is a testament to the enduring power of knowledge and culture. It reminds us that even in times of turmoil, the pursuit of learning can lead to a brighter and more enlightened future. Section 6. The Emperor's Scribe. Charlemagne himself was illiterate. However, he was a strong advocate for education. He recognized the importance of literacy. He surrounded himself with scholars. He even tried to learn to read and write himself. One of Charlemagne's most important advisors was Alcuin of York. Alcuin was an English scholar. He helped Charlemagne to establish a new system of education. This system was based on the classical model. It emphasized the study of grammar, rhetoric, and logic. Section 7. The Iron Crown. On Christmas Day in the year 800 AD, Charlemagne was crowned Emperor of the Romans by Pope Leo III. This event took place in Rome, the former capital of the Roman Empire. Charlemagne's coronation as emperor was a momentous event. It marked the beginning of a new era in European history. It signaled the rise of the West after centuries of decline following the fall of Rome. Charlemagne's empire, though powerful, would not last. It was divided among his grandsons after his death. But the idea of a united Christian Europe ruled by an emperor would endure. Section 8. Legacy of an Emperor. Charlemagne died in 814 AD. He left behind a vast and powerful empire. His empire stretched across much of Western Europe. He had been a successful warrior and a wise ruler. He laid the foundations for the Holy Roman Empire. Charlemagne's reign was a turning point in European history. He brought order to a chaotic world. He revived learning and culture. He left a lasting legacy that we still feel today. Section 9. Charlemagne's enduring impact. Charlemagne's legacy is multifaceted. He left his mark on law, language, and even our calendar. He standardized weights and measures. He introduced a new silver-based currency. This made trade and commerce easier. Charlemagne also shaped the development of European languages. The French, German, and Italian languages all owe a debt to Charlemagne. His efforts to promote a standard language of administration helped to shape the development of these languages. Section 10. Conclusion: Father of Europe. Charlemagne was a complex and contradictory figure. He was a ruthless warrior and a pious Christian. He was a king and an emperor. He was a product of his time, but he was also a man ahead of his time. Charlemagne is rightly called the Father of Europe. He left an indelible mark on the course of European history. His empire may have crumbled, but his legacy lived on. He left a legacy of learning, law, and unity. It is a legacy that we still benefit from today.